in flip-flop in the house. Master Kalik, final thoughts.
Yeah, well, this was, I guess this was the nail in the coffin for SC Montreal. Everybody's watching. Y'all seeing what happened. I brought evidence of measurements. SC Montreal brought a blob in the sky that he couldn't even control. Well, like I said, if anybody could, it's just a quick click. If anybody could, just pull up Red every video where he measured with him and astronomy.
You just flapped your jaws. I didn't see nothing. You're just talking about what other people did.
Jose, is it possible that you can just pull up the
No,
image?
don't talk to Jose. Don't talk to Jose. This is me and you, Baba.
Will you let me talk?
No, yeah, let him talk.
Me and you.
Let him say what he's got to say. I mean, I can present, if anything, got a link to share, but I cannot do anything.
We're not talking about that. I presented you with measurements, SC. You didn't present any measurements.
Again, he said you presented nothing but words. And when I asked you, you asked the host to do research for you, clown.
But
you don't realize what's going on here.
SC Montreal, you're bullying Master Kalik and don't.
Fight Night the Rescue. This is classic, man. Instant classic.
Okay. If anybody could, just go to Red's Rhetoric channel and link into Jose where he...
Come on, man.
Okay.
Exactly. You got something presented.
Okay. If Jose, if you could, just go to Red's Rhetoric channel and...
No! He just told you no!
He won't give up, will he? Come on, what did you bring? Oh, God, this is fucking... It's hilarious.
You just flapped your jaws. I didn't see nothing. You're just talking about what other people did.
Jose, is it possible that you can just pull up the
No, don't talk to Jose. Don't talk to Jose. This is me and you, Baba.
Will you let me talk? No, yeah, let him talk. Let him say what he's got to say. I mean, I can present, if anything, got a link to share, but I cannot do any research. I'm sorry.
No research. Wah, wah, wah. So what did you bring? What did you bring, Khalif?
Face.
See, what don't you get about me presenting measurements made by other
You didn't
people?
present nothing. You just flapped your jaws. I didn't see nothing. You're just talking about what other people did.
Jose, is it possible that you can just pull up the
No, don't talk to Jose. Don't talk to Jose. This is me and you, Baba.
Will you let me talk? No, yeah, let him talk. Let him say what he's got to say. I mean, I can present, if anything, got a link to share, but I cannot do any research.
Montreal.
Si, senor. Wow. This was something. This was truly something. This guy doesn't know how delusional he really is. He's been hounding me for 6 months to have a conversation on the ISS. Finally, he came. He understood what open, closed, and isolated is, so I decided to have this conversation with him. I believe I showed everybody that he didn't have a single idea of what the ISS is, the height, the heat, the thermosphere, and Jose saw that. And it's like you saw like a wounded dog, he took pity on him and he stopped the presentation. I didn't even go like a third into it yet. This is what you call sheer delusion. He didn't even have anything. When asked about proof, he asked Jose if he can pull up Red's Rhetoric video. I mean, if I don't get interrupted, I wouldn't mind having a small conversation.
Oh, shut up and get in. Hey, can we, I'm happy to bring it to the 1v1 room so nobody interrupts, because I know I will lose my shit and start muting people and yelling. It will be a mess. I know that people is going to start giggling and interrupting and cheeping and jumping, unless, I'll be on my toes. So if anybody interrupts, you'll be muted instantly, server muted. So think wisely. Just SE and Master Kalik over here in the call. So Carlos, you're already hot micing. I'm about to mute you.
And you said it correctly the other day, so kudos. It took you like 4 or 5 months, but cool. So now, you think that the ISS is in space traveling at 17,500 miles an hour with people inside, right? That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to know how you came to that conclusion, and I want you to tell me how, because I want to verify it for myself. What exactly did you do to come to that conclusion?
Well, first, Essie, you owe me an explanation of why the open-close isolated is even relevant to the ISS.
Well, that's going to come up.
And then I'll answer your question once you...
Sure. Fair enough. I promise you I would. Well, that's going to come when we talk about gas pressure. That's going to be later on in the conversation.
No, because you are supposed to tell me. You told me if I explain the open-close isolated thing that you would tell me or explain to me how that's relevant to the ISS.
Told you. Did you not hear me, Master? I said it's relevant because of gas pressure and vacuum. Did you not hear me?
Nah, I don't understand how that's relevant.
Well, it will become clear as our conversation progresses. So let's take it one step at a time, right?
All right, you're not going to tell me why it's relevant. So, all right,
I will show you graphs. I will show you pictures. I will show you all kinds of things, but one step at a time.
Okay. Now you asked me how did I came to that? I came to the conclusion because we all can view a transit, so we know what's out there. And also, two guys by the name of Rez Rhetoric and Astronomy Live actually measured the distance and the speed of the ISS. And that's some confirmation that we have. So it is in space. It is 250 miles away, and it is traveling at 17,500 miles an hour.
Good story. So you have a belief in this. This is your belief.
No, it's not
relying on Red Reddick and what else you said.
Well, do you have anybody that measured the speed and distance that came up with a different?
No, we're going about you now. You said it's there. You said it's at that distance. I want you to tell me what system you used so I can confirm it. Did you use geography? Did you use calculations? Did you have a mathematical formula? How did you arrive at this conclusion?
Well, I didn't do anything. The amateur astronomers, what they did.
Present nothing yet.
You have to do
present nothing yet. You have to show that you have nothing. You just have. You said resurrected, and they made a measurement. That's all you said so far. Let's get clear on that.
And that's evidence.
Okay, that's sufficient. That's nothing. That's just a story.
No, it's evidence.
No, it's not.
Okay.
How did you confirm your evidence? Show me the formula. What did you do to confirm it?
How I confirmed the evidence is I took the measurements that they made, and I also NASA made. I also go by the measurements that the Russians made. So I have all of these different sources that's coming up with the same measurements, the same numbers. So
right, again, you did nothing on your own. Let's establish that fact. You did nothing on your own. You just took NASA and what the Russians did and what Red Reddick did. Is that correct?
The Chinese too, I believe.
And the Chinese, right? But you did nothing on your own. Is that correct?
So what we call that is a.
Is that correct? Yes or no?
Let's give him a chance. Let's try not to ask quick yes or no questions. Give the chance to yes and no and why, at least, because it's not fair to have an interrogation either or.
Present nothing yet.
You have to do.
Present nothing yet.
Exactly. You haven't presented
show
anything.
That you have nothing. You just have, you said resurrected, and they made a measurement. That's all you said so far. Let's get clear on that.
And that's evidence.
Okay, that's sufficient. That's nothing. That's just a story.
No, it's evidence.
No, it's not.
Okay.
How did you confirm your evidence? Show me the formula. What did you do to confirm it?
How I confirmed the evidence is I took the measurements that they made, and I also NASA made. I also go by the measurements that the Russians made. So I have all of these different sources that's coming up with the same measurements, the same numbers. So
right, again, you did nothing on your own. Let's establish that fact. You did nothing on your own. You just took NASA and what the Russians did and what Red Reddick did. Is that correct?
The Chinese too, I believe.
And the Chinese, right? But you did nothing on your own. Is that correct?
So what we call that is a.
Is that correct? Yes or no?
Let's give him a chance. Let's try not to ask quick yes or no questions. Okay. Right? Give the chance to yes and no and why. At least because
he couldn't help it. He couldn't help it. He sees a wounded animal. He jumped in. I don't blame him though. I'll give a shout out to Jose JG Gonzalez. Like and subscribe. He's got some good videos. He lets everybody speak. He's white knights here and there when shit gets ugly. But yeah, he's just trying to get Kalik to just say, yeah, I did not verify the measurements. And he just won't do it. It'd kill him to admit that. He probably does it eventually, but it's killing him. He doesn't want to admit that he's brought nothing. He has nothing except other people's shit that he can't even verify whether it's true or not. I mean, let's stick with the point. Let's stay on task. Yes, he's keeping him on task, man. This is embarrassing for Kalik. I can't believe they waited so long to jump in, but check it out.
I didn't present nothing yet.
You have to do
present nothing yet.
Exactly. You haven't
to show that you have nothing. You just have. You said rhetoric, and they made a measurement. That's all you said so far. Let's get clear on that.
And that's evidence.
Okay, that's sufficient. That's nothing. That's just a story.
No, it's evidence.
No, it's not.
Okay.
How did you confirm your evidence? Show me the formula. What did you do to confirm it?
How I confirmed the evidence is I took the measurements that they made, and I also NASA made. I also go by the measurements that the Russians made. So I have all of these different sources that's coming up with the same measurements, the same numbers. So
you did nothing on your own. Let's establish that fact. You did nothing on your own. You just took NASA and what the Russians did and what Rhetoric did. Is that correct?
The Chinese too, I believe.
And the Chinese, right? But you did nothing on your own. Is that correct?
So what we call that is a.
Is that correct? Yes or no?
Let's give him a chance. Let's try not to ask quick yes or no questions. Okay. Right? Give the chance.
He couldn't help it. Oh my God, Kalik's a wounded animal right now. SE's tearing him a new one. It ain't even fair. Well, he tried putting it off for months and months. Kalik begging for it and asking you shall receive. But I can't say I blame Jose, man. Getting really, really ugly. I cannot believe he let it go on that long. Kalik saying he brought evidence and just saying what's up. He didn't bring none of it. He didn't even bring the video he's saying he brought. Like, oh my God. But shout out to SE, or shout out to SE and shout out to Jose JG Gonzalez. Go to his channel, like and subscribe. He has some good content, a lot of debating. But, he white knights sometimes, but he'll let it go for a minute, though, man. But here you go.
So what this is called is accumulation of evidence. And that's what I have on my side, SE. I have accumulation of evidence from the Chinese, the Russians, the American NASA's, the Europeans, and some amateur astronomers that also measure the speed and distance. So that is a culmination of evidence. Now, what you have to do is you have to present some evidence to the contrary. You can't just say, nuh-uh, that's not going to work. So you're going to lose this argument if you don't have any evidence to present.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah.
Let's go back. You presented nothing on your own. You just said a couple of words of what some Russians did, some other people did. You on your own did not do nothing. Let's establish that fact. Nothing.
So I have to do it?
You did nothing. Have you seen the ISS with your own eyes?
No.
No. Have you filmed the ISS?
No.
No. So, all you're going through is what somebody told you. You have faith that there's a thing there called the ISS with people in it traveling at 1,500 miles an hour because Red measured it, the Russians and the Americans and whatever. That's your thing, right? But you did nothing on your own, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, now we've established that. Now
that's been established, Let's try to move on.
So we established that he has faith.
Dun, 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 dun. Here come the White Knight again to the rescue, right when he's getting somewhere, but it's crazy at this point. He's mopping him up, man. Insane.
and the Americans and whatever. That's your thing, right? But you did nothing on your own, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, now we've established that. Now
that's been established. You know, let's try to move on.
So we established that he has faith and he has no proof. Now I'm going to show you why I don't believe it's there. Okay? I'm going to...
Wait, let him... Let Kalik address that because
to the rescue.
the way you phrased it, you say he agreed that all he has is...
Oh my God.